welcome back to my channel. My name is Renee. Today I'm decluttering and deep cleaning my kitchen. As you can see, it was very messy. Since I was still working on the living room at the time, I did a pre-clean video because I really needed my kitchen cleaned up because I couldn't wait until it was time for me to do this video for me to clean it. It would have been a lot worse and a lot harder to clean, I'm sure. Also, I kind of need to be able to use my kitchen sometimes. This portion of the video kind of takes place of the finishing touches part that I usually do, mainly because I didn't really have finishing touches to do with this particular room. The closest I had to it was I got some new Pioneer Woman stuff, and I finally completed my small nostalgic appliance set. I also got a diffuser for my kitchen. I have one in my bathroom, but it's more convenient to have one specifically for the kitchen so I'm not having to move it back and forth all the time. I don't do a thorough clean in this part of the video. I'm basically just trying to get some order back into place. It was mostly dishes, some trash, so I tried to take care of it as quickly as I could so I could get back to working on my living room at the time. I also skipped a bunch of stuff in the video because I was trying to keep the length of this video as short as I can make it while still having quality and content for you to see. I cleaned the dishes for my dog first by itself in the dishwasher instead of mixing it with my regular dishes. Now I don't always do that, but I was cleaning that big silicone thing and I just felt that it was necessary this time to separate them into different loads. Now you'll see a few days later that my kitchen gets a little messy again, but it's not as bad as it was the first time. To put it in context, I was focused on the other parts of my house at the time, so I wasn't really making sure that my kitchen was staying clean after I did the pre-clean. And again, I want to remind you, or tell you if you didn't see my other videos, that one of the reasons my house is so bad right now is because about a month and a half ago I was really sick and I was unable to do any housework at all, really. And I've just been trying to get back into the groove of things, and then I've been working on this decluttering series for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So if that gives you an idea of why it would even be this way, I hope y'all can understand. If not, maybe this channel isn't the one for you because life is messy. At least it is in my life, no matter how hard I try to keep it clean. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy this video, and if you're still here, thank you for watching. I'll be back in a couple minutes. Hello, it's me again. I just wanted to say, if this is your first time here, I am currently doing a deep clean and declutter series. I've heard some people say on other YouTube videos that you shouldn't deep clean and declutter at the same time, but I find that's the best way for me to do it because I can empty everything out, which is my first step, and then I can deep clean the room that I'm wanting to declutter before I put everything back. So for me, it's the perfect time to do it. Now, I'm not always going to deep clean every time I declutter a room, but sometimes when it really needs it, a deep clean is a good thing to do. So my steps are to empty, deep clean, and declutter, and then organize, which for me are two totally different steps, even though they can kind of be blended together. But the difference for me is that decluttering is the actual going through everything and looking at each item and deciding what you're going to do with it, whereas the organizing step for me is when I'm putting it all back and putting it and finding a place for everything. So those are two different steps for me. And then I have a final step that I don't have in this particular video because it's kind of an optional step and not always necessary, is the finishing touches step. I did have finishing touches in my first two videos. If you'd like, you can go back and watch those also, but I actually did both of those backwards. I did the bathroom before I did the living room, but I posted the living room video first before the bathroom video. And that's because I was waiting on my nightlight to come in the mail so that I could have it as part of my finishing touches part of the video. And since I'd already completed the living room and that living room video is completely done being edited, I went ahead and posted it first. And in fact, the day I posted the living room video is the day that the nightlight came in the mail. But anyway, back to this video. I have to say this is the first room of my videos I've done so far where I actually got overwhelmed. It's not unusual for me to get overwhelmed, but I did not get this overwhelmed with the first two videos. There's just so much stuff in my kitchen because I am one of those people that I use a lot of stuff in the kitchen. So it's very hard for me to minimize these things any more than I already have because I actually use every single item that I have in my kitchen, believe it or not. Now, there are things that I did get rid of in this video. In fact, I got rid of a lot of stuff in this video. The donate picture that I posted at the end of this video wasn't even the total amount that I got rid of. I had taken that picture before I finished completely decluttering because I thought I was done decluttering, but I decided to get rid of a few more things that I didn't already get rid of when I was videotaping. I liked how my kitchen felt empty, but it's not very practical for me to have an empty kitchen. Now, I haven't cooked much since I got sick last month, but I usually do quite a bit of cooking and quite a bit of baking, and I'm hoping to get back into that soon when I've completed my decluttering series. The kitchen looks clean when it's empty, even before I do the deep clean, but if you were to see up close and personal, you would see that it is a lot dirtier than it looks in the pictures. I also wanted to point out that I replaced my cooking utensil set, and that's what you see in the dishwasher at the beginning of this section. I had thrown the old one away during the pre-clean video. I don't know if you noticed that. My goal in this video is to only have what I actually use, and I feel that I reached that goal, even if visually it doesn't look minimalistic. The kitchen for me is the hardest one to compromise when it comes to minimalism, because this is the place that I have a lot of stuff that I use and love and believe to be beautiful. For me, when it comes to cooking, having only one of everything isn't practical or enough. I'm back, and now it's time for the deep cleaning part of my video. I cleaned the top cabinets with the furniture polish because I didn't feel like doing two separate cleaners when I had to get up on a chair. I kind of wanted to get this part over with as quickly as possible. I don't usually clean my cabinets. I don't know if that's a bad thing. It's more something I do when I'm deep cleaning. I honestly don't even remember polishing the outside cabinet doors the whole time I've lived here. I might have done it once before, and I've lived in this apartment for 3 years. It's honestly a very forgotten part when it comes to cleaning on a regular basis. And I don't think I've done this extensive of a deep clean while I've lived here. I know I've deep cleaned, but not this much, I guess. I mean, I probably did, and I just do not remember, which would not be surprising in the least. I clean my stove like this all the time, not just when I'm deep cleaning. For me, this stove is something that needs to be maintained all the time because of all the cooking and everything. Things get caked on, so it needs cleaning very regularly. When I cleaned my lower cabinets, I did use the cleaner and the furniture polish because it was more comfortable for me since I was sitting down. In addition, I think I was running out of furniture polish, and I realized while I was doing the upper cabinets that I probably didn't need to use the furniture polish for the inside of the cabinets anyway. So I went ahead and used my multi-surface cleaner on the inside of the lower cabinets. I don't always clean I think they're called burner plates. I don't always clean them the way that I clean them in this video. I will either wipe it down with my regular multi-surface cleaner, or I'll throw them in the dishwasher. But since I was deep cleaning, I decided to use my soap pads. Now, I swear by soap pads for a lot of messes that are hard to get up. Of course, that depends on the material of the item you're cleaning, so you kind of have to take that into account because it can scratch. I also use the soap pads on my sink, and then afterwards I used straight vinegar to kind of polish it, I guess you could say. How often do you deep clean your kitchen? I obviously don't do it as often as I probably should. Do you do it often? Let me know in the comments and I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Hey, are you still here? Well, as you can see, it is now time for the decluttering. This is the most overwhelming part of the entire process. I brought everything into the living room. Yes, the living room that I just finished in my last video. Well, not my last video, but my first video that actually was cleaned last. And now it's covered again with all of the stuff from the kitchen. In this portion of the video, I get rid of quite a bit of stuff, and I even threw away quite a bit. And then after I'm done with putting everything back, I actually still have a little bit left that doesn't belong in the kitchen, and it doesn't really have a home, but I didn't decide to get rid of those things yet. But my trunk is full of stuff that needs to be donated. Overall, I think I did pretty good, considering. So as you already know by now, unless you're new and this is your first time, so I'll tell you, even though I have two separate steps called declutter and organize, I actually organize while I'm decluttering. What I mean is, the easiest way for me to go through everything is to separate everything into different categories, or organize them, if you will. And then I can go through the different categories and make decisions on the different items. It's just easier for me that way. In case you're wondering, I don't have a pantry or room for a pantry, so I also have to make room in my kitchen cabinets for all my food. So that really cuts into my space in my kitchen for regular kitchen things. I cut those parts out, but I actually check all the dates on my food products, and I got rid of anything that was out of date. So I originally was gonna cut that part out. It was a very personal moment for me, but while I was editing, the thought came to me that somebody who's watching my video may need to see that they're not alone when it comes to getting overwhelmed. And since I strive to be real here on this channel, I felt it was the right decision to go ahead and include it. And in case someone is watching this video with the sound off, I did put some words on the screen so that anyone watching this video, whether they're listening or not, to know that it's okay. Overwhelm is normal, and it happens. Too many times we try to hide it, as I almost did myself, but I feel it's important to bring awareness to those struggles that everybody goes through at one point or another, whether it's someone who struggles with it every day of their life or someone who only deals with it every once in a while. What's not okay is treating someone like they're less than just because they're going through something difficult in their life and they have the audacity to show that they're struggling. So if you're struggling today or any day, just know that you're not alone, and there are others out there who understand exactly what you're going through, and it'll be okay. In this part, I am bringing all of the Pioneer Woman stuff into the kitchen. Pioneer Woman is the main theme of my kitchen if you haven't noticed. And so since I know all of those things are staying for sure, I moved them all into the kitchen first. I gathered it all into one area to make it easier when I do my organized step. Then I started bringing everything in there that was going in there that was not Pioneer Woman. I did leave the food out because I'm doing that at a certain point in my organized step. Okay, so now I'm on the last step of this video, and that's organize. The first thing I did was to take all the stuff out of the dishwasher and put them in their respective piles, whether they were Pioneer Women or something else, and also some coffee cups that went to the other room. The next thing I did was I started putting the things away that I knew exactly where they were going to go, because I'd already planned it beforehand. Now that I had extra room from putting some things away, I started moving everything into the area that they're gonna be put away. I organized my cabinets by prep items, cooking items, and baking items. My plan was to have the food all in one area, so I chose all the top cabinets on the sink side for all of the food. Then from there, I decided the purpose for each cabinet and drawer. So you can see here that I'm trying to figure out how I want to place everything. I could easily stack everything up real tight, but I want to be able to access things easily, or as easily as possible anyway. last part I organized was all the cleaning part of everything. I keep all of that stuff under the kitchen sink to keep it separated from everything else around the kitchen, especially the food. Quick wipe down with some cleaning cloths I got from Grove. I don't really care for a cleaning wipe. I prefer a spray cleaner with a microfiber cloth, but I figured I'd use them up since I had them. They're not bad, it's just not my preference when it comes to cleaning, which is why I only used it for like a touch-up. After getting everything organized and into their places, I went back and changed a few things because I didn't like how I did it the first time. And then I was adding a few things and replacing some things. So this portion of the video is a little longer than it originally was. I bought a new set of baking pans because they were Pioneer Woman. When I bought them, I was going to replace the ones that I had already, which was Nordic ware. But I thought about it and realized it wasn't taking up that much extra space, and it wouldn't hurt to have extra baking pans. In the after photos, you'll see everything the way it was finally arranged after I rearranged a little bit. I hope you liked this episode of my decluttering series. Be looking out for the next episode next Friday, which will be decluttering my bedroom and the bedroom closet. In next week's video, I won't be doing a deep clean. I will be cleaning though, but there's not much to deep clean in the bedroom. You'll have to watch the video to understand why I'm doing both the bedroom and the closet together in the same video instead of separate videos. In a way, I'll be redoing my bedroom, so a lot will still be happening even if I'm not doing a deep clean. There'll just be a lot of finishing touches. I hope you'll join me next week in my decluttering series, Bedroom Edition. If you liked this video, please leave me a thumbs up, comment if you'd like, and if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified when I upload a new video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.